Hey, guess where you landed? You landed at 5 Lakes Garage. And today, we're working on some more wood. Look at the size of that joker. Living it strong. Alright, if you've been following the channel for a long time, you should know that I don't like to spend a lot of money. Unless it's tools. I mean, I really love my tools. But we have this guy here. This is a giant oak log that I picked up from down the street. And what we're going to do is actually plan for the future. As you know, I like to do a lot of woodworking, and this guy is way too wet to be woodworking. So we need to cut it down to size and be able to dry it out. These are going to be some of the tips that I've learned of how to dry this wood out. Now it's going to take about 2 to 3 years. It's a pretty big log, but on this particular one, we're going to make bowl blanks out of. If you actually looked at how much these things cost, holy crap. So we're going to actually use some of this here, but it's going to take about, like I said, 2 to 3 years. We got to paint it, seal it, put it up there in the rafters, and let it dry naturally. So a couple things you're going to need. You're going to need a quick square. It's not that quick, but it's a square. You need a tape measure, safety giggles, and a Farm Boss chainsaw. You don't need a Farm Boss, but that's what I got because that's what I like. This thing is old, still running strong. But anyway, so you got to look at the size of your lathe. Now my lathe upstairs is about, I can do 14-inch bowls, 14 inches in diameter, and I can go all the way up to about 20 inches long. We're not going to go that big. Did some quick measurements on top with my square and my tape measure, and I'm going to make some 11-inch blanks, and I'm going to put them about 16 inches deep, only because you're going to cut some off. You're going to waste a little bit. So real quick, what we're going to do is take that chainsaw and we're going to cut this thing up. And no, I do not have chaps. No, I do not have earmuffs with the face visor and the helmet and everything like that. I don't have that kind of safety stuff, but I know some of you are going to ping me about it. That's fine. Ping it down below. I'll just reply to it. But anyway, let's get this guy cut. And where are my giggles? Got my giggles. Alright, hey, one more quick thing. Put some tape on it. This is 14 inches from the top to the bottom. You don't want to go any further than that. Just so I don't have anybody actually holding this thing. As I cut it, I'm just going to cut down to this level here, and then I'm going to cut it across. Got to use your nugget. Actually, I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm going to try it anyway. But if you have a better way, let me know. Comment down below. Alright, basically this is what we're after. A big old block. That's right. Holy crap. That thing's got a lot of water in it. It's going to take a lot longer than probably 3 years to do this particular one. But, take a measurement right at 13.5 inches. We're a little off, but hey, we're free-handed. So what you can do here, alright, now since we have this guy out, we need to paint it. Now we're going to paint it a little bit later. And the reason why you paint it is so that you clear, you clog all the pores, so as it dries, it will dry a little bit more evenly. And hopefully you don't get a split or a crack or anything like that that you have to work out, or glue or whatever. But anyway, so just remember, it sits like this. You're going to be putting your lathe block on this side, so it's going to be spinning this way. So now, since we got this thing off, we can shave the corners to make it a little bit more round. But anyway, that's all we got. We just got to do at least 1. We still have 3 more to go. I'll be here for a few minutes. But it's okay. So I got another log over there that we're going to make 2-inch blanks all the way down. And those are going to be for boards. Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention earlier, grab some hearing protection. This thing is loud. Even got some fans on, so I won't inhale too much of it. Maybe I should get a mask. Maybe. I don't know if I'll do it. But anyway, I need to put some tape down there below, 14 inches, cut it again, and keep going until we get a finished product. Hey, thanks for watching the show. Hey, if you need some outdoor speakers, indoor speakers, whichever, go ahead over to Handui and go ahead and get you 10% off. But if you need some LED lights for your trucks, your tractors, whatever, go over to Exito and get you 15% off. All the promo codes are down and below. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. And we'll catch you later. Enjoy the show. I gotta clean up. You know, sometimes you kind of think of a project after the fact that you're doing it. And you kind of question, is it really worth it? I don't know. We're going to find out in a few years. So I went ahead and took one of the blanks, took it upstairs, and actually cut it down to be sort of round. Not quite round. Still weighs way too much to put on the lathe to actually make round. So we're going to have to let this guy sit out for a few years and actually get dry. So we have 4 of these blanks. And really, depending on how big of a bowl that you really want to make, you can make 2 bowls out of that. So that's 2, 4, 6. I can make 8 bowls out of that or more, depending on how I really want to split it up. But it's got to be dried out first. Right now it is way too wet. I'm going to be picking up a moisture gauge sensor thingy. We're going to find out more about that a little bit later, but right now this is what we got. So my next part of the plan, I guess, this particular log I'm just going to cut straight down and make hopefully 2-inch planks with this guy. Now I'm going to be doing it free-handed. I have seen people use ladders, kind of make jigs, kind of do it that way. I'm just going to do it free-handed because that's what I'm going to do. I will use some tape. This is about a 2-inch tape, so I'll use that. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Hey, it's my first try. But man, is this thing dusty, dirty, and hot. Anyway, I'm gonna get these guys out of the way. I'm gonna get these guys starting to get cut, and hopefully my chainsaw doesn't blow up, because this is not easy on the saw. All right, I think I've decided something. This is the last time I do this. I think I might, I think it's time for a new tool. If you guys have any suggestions for a good portable-ish type of mill, please let me know. Send it down in the comments. But look, this is what we're after. All right, this thing is heavy as crap, but we got about 2 inches all the way through. It's not too bad for a freehand, but I can see why they use the ladders to actually get it 2 inches all the way across. Because this is going to need a lot more work later on. But for now, we're going to take it upstairs. We're going to do a little painting, and then we're going to put it up in the corner so it'll dry. We'll show you that here in a minute. First, I got to clean up. My whole shop is disgusting. Hey, we are back. We cleaned up downstairs. It looks a little bit better, but I did kind of get yelled at because my wife's car was full of sawdust, and then it rained. And then it turned hard. Oh well, it happens. Did a little car wash and we're good to go. But anyway, I just wanted to show you a couple of different things. Now I took one of the logs and actually spun it down to make it round, and just to make it look like what we're actually kind of going after. I would not recommend doing this while it's green. I kept having to sharpen my my chisels, which yeah, once this thing is dry, then I won't have to do that so much, and it won't be so darn heavy. Holy crap, this thing is soaking with water. Anyway, what we gotta do now is actually seal it. Now what we're gonna use is actually some primer, just because I got a whole bucket of it. Now you can use wax, you can use regular paint, latex, all that stuff. A lot of stains, a lot of oil base. From what people were telling me is that it soaks in too much and then it's really hard to get out. At least with the latex, you can seal the ends and it's easy to come off. So the only thing we're really worried about is the ends. Now on this particular one, the one I kind of rounded, let's see, that's one end. Oh, and that's the other end. But I'm just gonna do the whole darn thing just so I make sure that it's not going to split anymore. At least I hope not. We will see. Now the ones over here, come on over, I'm gonna show you. All right, so these are all the ones that we kind of cut up. And as you can tell, I have spacers in between. The 2x4s, 1x2s, whatever I have, some scrap that will keep air, because you want to get air in there because you want to get this stuff to dry. Now what you really want to do right now is actually paint the ends of it. Now you're painting the ends just so all the moisture is going to be coming out of the pores here this way, and we want to try to trap that in there to slowly evaporate so that it does not split like it's doing right there, or right there, or right there. But we're going to find out in a few years, so stick around with the channel and you'll find out how well we did. And to be honest with you, I was actually looking at a wood mill today. They're a little expensive, but hey, you never know, you might see one on the channel. If you have one and you want to donate to the channel and sponsor us, the P.O. box is down below. Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and stir up the primer without hopefully making too much of a mess. And as you can tell, it's just 3-2-1 primer. And I'm just going to slap some paint on this stuff and show you exactly how we're going to do it once we're done. And I'm pretty sure you don't want to see the paint dry. So anyway, let's speed it up. All right, the one thing I really hate doing is painting, but it's all done. Check it out. All right, so best hammer ever, made out of a log from Scouts. Anyway, got my paint. As you can tell, I went ahead and painted the ends on all my blocks, as well as the ends on there. Now I have a confession to make. I tried to film it. I thought I filmed it, but I just checked the footage. I didn't film it. All right, so one thing about these logs, these things are from the wild. They were outside. They're gonna have bugs in it, more likely. I did find a couple of ants in one of the logs, and they're burrowing. They dig in your wood. Anyway, one thing that I was trying to film and I didn't is that I made a small enclosure out of some 2x4s, threw some plastic over it, and shot one of these guys in there. Let me some light. There we go. Shot one of these guys in there. And what this thing is it's a fogger. Yeah, so hopefully all the bugs are out of there. If you're gonna leave this thing outside to actually dry naturally, then you can if you like. But since I'm gonna have this here in the shop, so I'm hoping it will actually dry a little bit faster, because it does get quite warm in here. And once the paint dries, I might actually put it up in the third area, only because it gets really hot up there, and hopefully it'll dry out a little bit faster. Because that stuff is just soaking up some water. Anyway, stay tuned for all the other stuff that we have here at the channel at 5 Lathes Garage. At least check out the next 3 years when we actually do something with this, but hopefully it's going to work. If you guys have any comments, put it down below. If you have any tips, put it down below. I'm still learning. This is my first one. I don't know if I will do another one unless I get that mill. So if you have a mill, just send it all by. And actually, if you guys have some coffee and you want me to try it, I'll do a review on some coffee, because I need some coffee. Anyway, take it easy, have fun, get out there and do it yourself, save some cash by doing stuff yourself and storing it for the long haul in this case, and we can do some woodworking a little bit later. But right now, I need to start on another project. I'll give you a sneak preview. Yeah, this guy here, this is a bench that goes across the street in the common area, and as you can tell, it is old. I had this when I was a kid, and look at me now, old. So we're gonna try to do some of that. You can watch it here at 5 Lathes Garage. So until next time, later, have fun, get out there and do it.